What up, donkeys? JackAce here with JackAce.com, and I got another roulette system for you. This one is called Ride or Die GB, also known as Ride or Die Gangbang. Basically, it's Ride or Die where you have 4 simultaneous bets going on, and I'll show you that in a minute. Ride or Die is a progressive system where you start out with a $5 bet. When that wins, you parlay it into a $15 bet. When that wins, you parlay that into a $45 bet. And when that wins, you take some profit and then you YOLO $35 on any number straight up. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna pick just 2 different dozens and 2 different columns. And I'm just gonna bet these columns over and over. I'm not gonna change them at all. And we are starting out with a $20 average bet. That translates into a 54-cent expected loss per spin on a single zero wheel and a $1.52 expected loss on a double zero wheel. Let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
So 18, that bet won, but we have a net loss of $5. So on that dozen, we parlay the win and bet 15, and we go back to $5 on the other 2 bets. And let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
So you only parlay when you win. And that's another win for us. So here the $15 bet won, and now we have to bet 45 on that spot. 25, 35, 45. But we also won $10 on the first column, so we increased that bet to 15. And the bet is good. Let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
So both of our increased bets lost, and both of our $5 bets won. So now we have to bet $5 on those 2 losing bets. And then we increased the other 2 to 15 each. And let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
We started off with an account balance of $2,070,000. And the suggested buy-in for this system is $800. So the good news is that we hit on both of the bets that hit last time. So that is going to increase to 45. So they were $15, and now we add 30. So the other 2 bets are still $5, and we're going to spin.
No more bets.
So we actually hit both of our bingos again, and now we can YOLO $35 for each of those bets. I'm going to put $35 on 2 different numbers. Really, they can be anywhere on the felt. I'm going to bet 35 on 21, and I'm going to bet 35 on 13. And I'm still going to bet $5 on the dozen and the column. And let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
So we're hoping to hit the 13 or the 21. 14. So there, the second dozen won, but the first column lost, and our 2 straight up bets lost. So we're going to start over on those 2 legs. This is the third dozen. So we hit on the second column, so we bet 15 there, and we missed on the first column, so we're going to bet 5 here. So right now we only have 1 progression going. That's the second dozen. And let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
$19, that's a second dozen win. So here we bet 45. Here we bet 15. And then the other 2 bets lost, so they drop down to 5. So we're currently up $170, and let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
That's because we took $100 profit on those 2 bets that went the 4th leg. So we hit again. That was a $45 win on the second dozen, so we can bet $35 on a number straight up. I'm going to pick the 21 again. There, we are taking $100 profit from that bet, and then we bet 5 on the other 3 bets. Let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
$30, that's not 21. but we did hit one of our dozen bets. If you enjoy systems like this, I have a catalog of over 250 roulette systems on my site, JackAce.com. There we have spin-by-spin results as spun by the CEG Dealer School. I have my own reviews of the system as well. I also have a tool called the Roulette Bet Analyzer. You can check that out where you can input your bets for your roulette system. It'll tell you how much you're going to win on each result. It'll tell you how much equity you have on each number. It'll tell you your expected loss. It'll tell you your comp value per spin. It'll tell you if you violate any faux pas, such as betting on the 5-number bet or betting on 36 or more numbers at a time. So let's go ahead and bet 15 here, and then 5 on the other 3 bets. So we haven't hit that 4th bet yet, and let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
This system was given a grapefruit by both me and CEG because it has a high potential of winning a lot of money. Maybe not a high potential, but there is potential to turn a small amount into a very large amount. If you parlay the $5 bet into a straight up, you're gonna win over $1,200 on that. So there we hit the 29, so we can increase the second column bet to 15, and we can increase the third dozen bet to 45. So we're on the 3rd leg for that 3rd dozen, we're on the 2nd leg for that 2nd dozen, and let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
$33, that's a 3rd dozen win. The other 3 bets lost, so we're gonna bet $5 on those. But since we won the $45 bet, now we can take $100 worth of profit and bet on a number straight up. I am, of course, gonna pick 21. And let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
So only 1 bet won. We lost a straight up bet. We have yet to hit that straight up bet. We bet $5 on the other 3. So this is a different type of system. We have flat betting systems where you bet the same amount on the same numbers over and over. You have Martingale systems where you add more money when you lose. You have parlay systems where you bet more money when you win. This is a variant on a parlay system. This is what I call a multi-leg system where you take a progression or a ladder or a martingale and you have it work on multiple numbers at a time. Let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
15. So 3 bets lose and this bet goes to 15. I think it's okay to do these multi-leg systems, but it can become dangerous if you're doing something like a martingale because now you have multiple chances to get wiped out. This is a different scenario because now you have multiple chances to hit your bingo. Let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
But there's something about this particular multi-leg system that I don't like, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. That's a 25, so this bet lost, and both of these hit. And let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
So this is a rare case where you can't really change your bets into something that's easier to bet. So everybody lost there. So now we drop down to $5 each.
No more bets.
There's no way to bet this system any differently, especially when it depends on previous rolls to determine how much you're going to bet. So 29, these 2 bets hit, these 2 bets missed.
No more bets.
And let's go ahead and spin. So the 16 hit, which means both of our parlays lost. And that means we have to bet 15 here, 5 and 5.
No more bets.
So the same thing just happened. Both of the parlays that we had working, both lost, and both of the reset ones hit. So we bet 15 here, 5 and 5.
No more bets.
So that was a complete whack. We are still up $155 because we hit that 3rd tier, I think 3 times so far. Every time you get one of those $45 wins, you pocket $100, which is 20 bullets. And let's go ahead and spin.
No more bets.
17. We'll try this maybe one more time. 15, 15, 5, and 5.
No more bets.
$27. That means this one hit and these 3 lost.
No more bets.
Let's just try this a couple more times. That's a complete whack. Let's try to hit one more progression and then we'll call it a day.
No more
We're
bets.
still up. The best time to walk away, I believe, according to the author, is when you hit your bingo, when you hit one of those numbers straight up. Another complete whack.
No more bets.
That's not a complete whack, but we only hit one.
No more bets.
So we hit the third dozen, and we hit the first column for the second time. So now this goes to 45. And
No more bets.
let's hope that 45 hits. That did not hit. So these 3 lost, and then this one goes to 45. We are still up 90 at
No
the
more
moment.
bets.
So that did hit our third dozen. So we hit this column. We missed these 2 12-number bets. And now we can bet $35 on a number straight up, and I'm going to pick the 21. So this will be our last spin.
No more
Do or
bets.
die. That is not a 21, so that was a complete whack. So here we won $120. That's 24 units. And we were able to walk away a winner because we were taking profits off of that third win. Like I said before, CEG originally gave the system a grapefruit. I gave the system a grapefruit, the original ride or die. Playing it with 4 legs, I do not like. I think it's okay to bet on 2 legs, so long as those 2 legs are mostly independent. So if you bet on 1 dozen and 1 column, I think that's a good alternate version of this gangbang version. Instead of going 4 legs, just go 2 and make sure it's 1 dozen and 1 column. Those 2 bets are working against each other. It's impossible for one of those bets to win without the other one losing. So there's not a time when all 4 of those bets are going to hit a crescendo and springboard you into the stratosphere. But if you go with just the 2 legs, the 1 dozen, the 1 column, it is possible for both of those bets to win, and we did witness that in my trials here. But when you have 2 dozens going and when you have 2 columns going, those 2 bets are fighting against each other. And because of that, I wouldn't get this higher than a plum. What do you think of this modification to ride or die? Would you play it with 2 legs, a dozen and a column, or would you go with the traditional way and just go with one or the other? If you enjoy content such as this, remember to like and subscribe. Always gamble responsibly. Never play 000 roulette, and peace out, donkeys.